Greetings YouTube and welcome to the Blue Corner into an actual Yu-Gi-Oh video. And we got here Mega Monkey. He was at Locals today. He managed to build a deck that I've been wanting to play, but then the ban list went and killed it. Sad face. But it is Dragon Ruler's Dark Matter Turbo version. We got him here. And
I had my funeral for my babies today. Gave them their last chance in the sunshine. It was so fun. This deck is just, it's fucking crazy. There's so much you can do with it, and it's so fun to play.
Yeah, we'll maybe get into that in a little bit, but let's take a look over this deck list itself.
Okay, so, I mean, of course, first, it can't be a Dragon Ruler deck without your boys. Not much to say. Everybody knows what those are.
Yep.
Blue Eyes Engine, 2 White Stone, 2 Blue Eyes.
How many times did you jet draw some of these?
You'd be surprised, like, almost never. Whenever I dead drew, it was always like, or if, it was like an Eclipse Wyvern in hand, which is like horrendously bad.
Okay.
Mythic is 3 water, tree.
Okay.
With the next card, which is Barbaros, you don't need to play more than one of this guy, because summon Barbaros, summon him, do your play, is just gonna get your play off, whereas summon him, special this gets Veilered, and you're fuckoed.
Fair point.
Which actually happened once, which was really sad, but, I mean, luckily I had Emptiness, so he couldn't capitalize on it.
And you said you had Barbaros. How many are you running?
Just 2.
Do you think that was a good enough number?
I never had issues with it. I didn't want to play too many non-dragon monsters because of just Dark Matter.
Yeah. That makes sense.
He was just also beats, like, it's like pure combo, but I had a couple, like, just Barbaros Emptiness beatdown fields.
Were you side decking Seal Dream with this deck?
No, I wanted to, but, you know, time constraint. Trying to build a deck half an hour before a tournament.
Fair point.
And the last 3 monsters are Eclipse Wyvern, his Search Target, and Floodbow Guard.
So you mentioned you did Drew Wyvern. What about Red Eyes himself?
Like, I think twice like this, these guys were both in my opening hand.
Oh.
And it's just, it's the worst. Then there was like the one time where I just had to set Wyvern, get him out, and then Propagate plays the next turn. And I think he pecked for a bit, like, hey, 16 is a 5-turn clock.
That's true.
I've beaten people down with an Eclipse Wyvern before. They always get mad. And spells, 3 upstart. It's upstart.
Yeah. Besides, this deck can put like 10k on board or something.
3 Typhoon.
Yep.
This deck is pure combo. You can get fucked so hard by floodgates, so you have to have a way to deal with that. 3 trade-in. You have an amount of 8s, and you have an amount of searchable 8s.
Yep.
So why not turn that into a little bit of attrition? And then rounding out draw cards is 2 cards of consonants.
How many times did you ever actually want to use this, or like, the card in hand could be used for synchros or something?
I think I only synchroed twice all day, actually.
Huh.
One time was like for a hot red because my opponent overextended like a bastard, and the other was 2 Crimson Blade or Shadalls.
Okay.
Which, you know, that's usually pretty fun.
So I hear.
Because I'm a disorganized fuck who loses things, only 2 copies of Dragon Shrine.
But if you had the third one, you'd play it?
Yeah. I mean, on the plus side, I never opened with 2 of them.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's just 1 of spells.
Yep.
Go back to 0, you.
Next week.
Regeki, Old Sark, Burial, Book, Foolish, Silver's Cry.
How often did you use Silver Scry, and how good was it?
I used it once. It was, I think it was cards of consonants, White Stone, draw 2, trade in Blue Eyes, draw 2, summon Barbaros, special water, Barbaros gets booked, Silver's Cry, Blue Eyes, make Prime go off.
Okay.
And then my trap cards were just 3 copies of Vanity's Emptiness.
Good riddance to this card.
Yeah, I was like, Well, since I'm not playing in the regionals that we're going to next weekend, this was my last hurrah of this format, so I had to play 3 of these in a snatch in whatever I was going to play. Which was there really even any option after seeing it? You got to go out with the dragons.
Yeah. How many times did you flip emptiness today?
Oh, I had like I had the amazing board one time of like, I got the opening play was like Red Med, Dark Matter, Dracosac tokens backed by double emptiness.
Oh, that's so good.
Like, how do you get over that?
Speaking of your extra deck, let's see some of these big bastards.
Okay, so the only thing that I play multiple copies of in the deck is number 95, Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon.
Yeah, this guy.
It's really depressing to think that people only have 2 solid weeks to make good use of this thing. And it's like, good luck selling your gold series now, Konami.
No, maybe Chaos Dragons will be able to make it work. Who knows? Like, I'll give it a shot.
I should hope so.
I mean, a Future Fusion on legs is really good.
That just happens to tout quite an attack total.
Also, for the people who may not know, that Mill Dragon thing is the cost of its effect. So even under Drain or Veil or whatever, he'll still send 3.
Oh, that crushed a couple dreams today.
That actually happens?
Yeah, he got breakthrough skilled like twice. As I was like proceeding to dump them, he's like, no, you don't do that. I'm like, yeah, actually. You don't lose any monsters, which good for you, man. But I'm still gonna get my Foolish Burials. So, Dark Matter's fucking crazy. Like, he really, look at that good art too. Come on.
He's good despite it being a gold secret.
And then, Prime Photon.
Now, why him over, say, Tachyon Dragon?
Why or?
Oh, ooh.
I played one of each. Just because, like, you summon like, say you're going second and you don't have protection, you summon this, they fuck with it. You have to have an avenue to get into this. I remember I had one play where I was playing Shaddolls. He had El Shaddol Construct, or not Construct, what's the Earth one? Shikanaga.
Shikanaga, yeah.
So it's like, if I go to this guy, activate his effect, it's just going to get negated. Go into this guy, run its ass over because he's giant, then make this.
Yep.
And then I also played Felgrand.
How often did you actually use this thing?
Both matches, every game against Masked Heroes. He was just like he had so much back row and like a Dark Claw, and it's like, well, I'm not stupid, I'm not going to combo off under that, so I'm going to make this. He bottomlesses, no. I attack. Next turn I attack over his Dark Claw, Mirror Force, no. Get that out of here. Rank 7s are just Draco and Big Eye. After Dragon Rulers kind of stopped being a popular thing, I got rid of enough that I've only got 1 and 1 left. I would have loved to play 2 of each of them, and it did hurt. It hurt tremendously in the finals when this got bottomless. And then the rest is literally just level 8 synchros.
Well, it's DM regardless.
Hot Red, Regular Red, Crimson, Colossal, Scrap, Thought, and the 2 Stardusts.
Really? Regular red? I'm curious to know your reasoning behind this.
Our locals is horrible, and he can give mad pluses against bad things.
Fair points.
It's harsh, but it's kind of true.
So,
And I had a side deck. It was kind of bad. Clees weren't even there today. Necros weren't even there today. This was the best card in my side deck.
Love it.
This was bulk. Like, I don't think anybody expected to see this in Dragon Rulers out of the side. But it put in work. Summon my Prime Photon. Bottomless, no. The other best card in the side deck, Twister.
Yeah.
I sided this in, I think, for pretty much every matchup, like, really, despite what it was. Because, like, I played against Spellbooks, which, you know, Tower, get that shit out. And then every other match, it was back row heavy enough, that, and basically emptiness.
Yeah.
And Floodgates. And the other 2 side deck cards were just Dark Hole. Came in handy, actually saved my ass in a game. And again, for Clees that weren't there, Ceasefire.
Okay. That's a pretty solid deck list overall.
Plus, it's like, come on, it's a pretty Pharaoh Servant first edition Ceasefire.
So overall, the deck was just mad fun to play.
It was ridiculous. Like, you shuffle it up take a look at any given opening hand and you're like, oh wow, Barbaros Water or Tree Gold Sark. There's just 1,000,000,001 ways to get your plays going.
What would be an ideal just opening board if you opened with the combo of being able to just go into one, like, just
Like
two
going,
eights?
like going first?
Yeah, if you were going first. Like, if you're going second and you have a
Then you
chance
just
off,
kill them.
Yeah.
Probably something like a little, like, this was always like the best. 1 second.
So just assume tree water or whatever.
And then 2 tokens. Backed by like, check, I don't know.
Oh, that's so disgusting.
This shit is like unbeatable. Because you got, and like, they're probably not going to get over this. And then you got another plus, the giantest body ever,
Who can attack 2 monsters if need be?
and removal that doesn't get rid of these.
Yep. Oh, this looks so fun to play. It's a shame. I mean, I know people like, but like, I honestly feel it is a shame that this deck died before it even could get going. They could have at least waited until July to kill the rulers.
Oh, I agree.
I understand why they're killing them, and my condolences. I had a lot of people actually just talk to me. It's like, dude, I feel sorry. And I'm like, yeah, well,
Yeah, and I mean, I know, obviously, since you guys are subscribed to this channel, you probably like dragons too. A lot of dragon content, right?
yeah.
I was never a dragon player or enthusiast before these things came around. These guys made me a dragon player. I love dragons now. I never got to play like original Disaster back in the day, Hopeless, Pandemic. That one sounded really cool.
I remember that.
And just, it was always the dragon rulers. These been my babies for the last 2 years. I had 3 of these on Tachyon's release day. These guys have been my babies for the last 2 years. Now they're gone.
Yeah, it's a shame to see them go. As for the Dark Matter deck itself, hopefully it will find some way to thrive even without the rulers. As it is, though, many forms of dragons are gonna have, I think, a little bit of difficulty. Okay, correct that. A great deal of difficulty this upcoming because Necros are still a thing. Burning Abyss has like a bajillion back row.
But hey, at least we got a dragon ravine again.
Yeah, 1 ravine. That's great.
It'll go back to 3 in July, but
Until then, I'll build the deck regardless, but it's like summon ducks, equip phalanx, activate Fire Lake. Fuck off.
well, thankfully you got to remember where you play.
That's true, but yeah. So this is Mega Monkey's Mythic Dragon Ruler build. If you're looking to build Dark Matter Dragon and you have time to play in this format, I think this list is worth giving a shot.
It's incredibly fun. I think like the only change I would make, maybe if I wasn't so lazy, is I maybe would play a 3rd Dragon Shrine over this Silver's Cry.
Yeah, I think this is pretty close to what I was gearing towards.
But yeah, never give up on the Dragon Dream.
Yep. Remember, people, dragons don't die, they just sleep. Some will just have to sleep for a lot longer than others. Till then, next time, thank you all.